And we're live. Welcome to another Hangout for HexAsians. I suppose at this moment is just one Asian, one Hexican living in Asia. Oh,
You guys kill me.
It's good to be back.
All right,
Crypto
I got
events,
this.
how you
for
going?
sure.
Crypto King,
Yeah, not
Wales
bad.
only. All right, let's just kick it off, shall we?
Yeah.
I'm about to send the link out.
Yep, actually, that reminds me. I will do that too.
Yeah. I will help tweet it out too.
There we go. Nice. All right. Let's wait for them to come and join us. Let's see. Literally nobody's watching except whoever has a YouTube channel on, which is just me.
It's probably me too.
Okay. Oh yeah, it is two. Okay, now we got
No,
four.
that's true.
All right.
Got
All
four.
right. They're
Nice.
straggling in. They're straggling in. All right.
Two.
Dun, dun, dun. All right. All right. What's going on, guys? Glad to see people joining this morning.
Yeah.
Happy Easter to everybody.
Happy Easter to those that
Happy
celebrate.
Yeah.
So those that dabble in the egged goodies. Oh man,
Yeah.
yo, Hex is crazy, bro. Hex is crazy. My God, I'm just looking at these charts and I'm just like, wow, wow. As I have an uncle that says I have an uncle that literally says, wow, like wow.
Everything or what?
It's just crazy. Like, it's the thing about it is it's coiling up, right? Like it's preparing for takeoff. Right, like that's the thing. Like that is the main thing, and here's the thing, like it's just been hanging up here, right? Like I thought it was gonna roll over. Like I was waiting for a dip, but no dip is coming. And that move we got last night, oh boy.
Oh.
Yeah, that move, those are the kind of moves you get when somebody is like somebody either fucked up or like that's just that was just a crazy move. It was just a really crazy move. Like if you look at it on the on a 5-minute basis on that chart,
Yeah.
that was a lot of selling in a short period of time last night. Right. And I'm not talking about the wick up to 2.5 cents. That was some type of glitch in the system. The chart I have doesn't even show that. Because what ended up happening was somebody lifted some orders up buying, and then the next trade you saw was actually at that price level when it pulled back. At least it looked like a pullback on the chart, but it wasn't actually a pullback. So for those seeing that 2.4 cent, just understand why that's being shown. That's probably just some orders triggering or something like that. But right now, Hex just caught a nice little bid, man. It's right at 1.7977 cents. So we're just a hop, skip, and a jump from 2 cents. And I'm pretty sure we'll probably wake up to that tomorrow. Because it's just, I really thought that the sell we got yesterday at late night on the Eastern board, I think it might have been midday for you guys. I'm not too sure. But Hex went from 1.8 to 1.54. It looks like, 1.54 last night, and I'm talking about cents here, 1.8 to 1.54 cents. And it was literally it was a 1 hour move, so it didn't even last long. And that was just it, man. They came right in, bought it right back, and it was size too. With size. So you just can't keep this bad boy down. It's crazy.
Can someone
It's
please go over the what's really got us excited about this post chain and what normally happens during forks? Because I'm pretty sure
oh
they
man.
enjoy hearing that.
Yeah, so basically, everybody's net worth is about to double at a minimum. That's what's basically about to happen. Not sure why there's confusion with that, but yeah, that's basically what's about to happen. It's going to be a great thing for us. I mean, Richard has never, ever not done the right thing, right? Like, that's the best part about him, and that's why I have full faith and confidence that whatever happens with this chain, we're going to be covered. So I literally don't even think about it. Not relevant. Like, what is it to think about? Our lives are just about to become better. You know? So
he's always had our best interest in mind. So
always. I've never seen him do anything to the contrary. So
Oh, here's one thing that he might do is he would probably only say it must be state hex that's gonna. You think the liquid hex is gonna be?
I think he's going to credit the liquid hex too.
Yeah, everything's going to get credited because you're literally copying over the state of the chain from one to the other. Like you can't just like avoid it, Like he would have to put in so much more. Like you would have to put in more work to do that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really make sense. Because why wouldn't you just copy what's already there and just keep it moving? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's how he can. Like if he's trying to really do it in a month, that's how he can do it in a month.
Yeah.
I'm not a dev, but if I was a dev, I would take the easiest route, and the easiest route is copy paste.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that since the coin is based on it's a staking coin, the whole thing about it is to stake it. So
right. No, it's a fair thought. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
It's a fair thought, but that's just not how it works. Because you have to remember that Hex already exists, right? It is what it is. They're not altering anything from that perspective. All they're literally trying to do is create a better on-ramp situation, not only for existing Hexicans, because we are always going to be buying, but also for people that we're trying to onboard and trying to, put in touch with this new reality, right? Because that's what this really brings to the table for everybody that gets in tune with it. It's really a new reality, man. So, he's really not just even doing it for us. He's doing it for the world because the world would really benefit from this. I mean, look at what it's done for anybody that's an OG, right? Like you guys got Hex to give away. It's crazy. I mean, of course, if it's not staked, right, you can, but if it's staked, you can't. So, but you guys get what I mean. Like people are more well off now than they were a year ago, just because they were in Hex. So I don't see why that would change with Pulse. With the Pulse chain, I just don't see.
Plus, I've heard in Telegram that there's some people that can't stake legally, and they have to hold their Hex
Really?
liquid. So, yeah.
Overwatch.
The hell?
The Overwatch partners. He's one of the mods in the main
but
Hex
is
program.
that because he's too close to it? Like I'm curious. I don't understand that.
I think he's a lawyer by trade, and I think he
is a lawyer by trade. Yeah, I know that much.
I think he acquired his Hex through some sort of like corporate. I don't know. Some unconventional method, and he's not legally.
Curious. I'm gonna reach out to them and ask because I'm curious about that.
Yeah, that would be cool to get more info if he's willing to divulge. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can, right? If you can. But yeah, this post chain fork is gonna be crazy, man. It is gonna be crazy. Because it's literally your net worth being doubled at a minimum. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but Richard did relay that there's gonna be a pulse token, coin, whatever you want to call it. So you can rest assured you're gonna get compensated in pulse as well. So it's really minimum 2 times your net worth. Like I'm not even joking. This guy is the boss, man. You gotta understand. And it's funny because I had thought this before, but I never really saw him say it And then I ended up seeing a clip yesterday. I can't remember who the hell posted it, where he was being very deliberate and very clear. And I think he was frustrated with somebody or something. I don't know what it was, but he wasn't upset, but he was disturbed when he was speaking. And that's the thing I think that stood out to me the most, right? Like you can tell the difference between when somebody's upset and when they're disturbed. And he was genuinely disturbed. And the thing about it is that he was basically saying that I'm literally here trying to educate people, right? And I think that the people that I'm reaching out to educate are worthy of learning, are capable of learning. Let me rephrase, are capable of learning, right? And, everything is transparent. Everything can be verified. Everything was already audited. Like this is after Hex, I think, already existed. That's the way it sounded. And he was just frustrated with how he was being called a scammer, and all of that, right? All the stuff we already know.
Yeah.
Right? It's not anything crazy. But, this guy clearly said, this is about my legacy, right? He literally has stated, I'm going to mint whales. Now, this is what I think he's going to do personally. This is what I personally think. There's an opinion, right? Not anything I know per se. But I think this dude is going to try to make whales now. I don't think he's going to wait. And I think he's going to do that with post tokens or whatever it ends up being. Like, I think he's going to fuck everybody's shit up because here's the thing. You kept Hex for a year and a half or whatever. I played nice. I tried to educate you. I tried to help you because you cannot stop this shit, right? And now I only have one mission, and that's to cement my legacy. Like, he literally stated that, right? So what can you really expect this man to do except something phenomenally ridiculous? And that's what I expect. So that's my 2 cents on that fork situation. Outside of, your net worth is going to basically double regardless. So enjoy the ride. It's crazy.
Here's something that I'm thinking that he might announce the launch or the turning on of the chain on Lex Fridman's show.
Yo, you know what? That's a good point, bro. That's a good point. Very good point.
That would really get the ball rolling there.
Sure would. Sure would. I mean, imagine that. Imagine that.
And then that guarantees him a spot on Joe Rogan.
Yep. Locking him in like a motherfucker. Man, you imagine that?
That would be a good plan.
That would be an amazing plan. And that would be a great way to end, right, the Friedman show. Like, oh yeah, by the way, how about this? And then drops that bomb on him. Oh, that would be freaking ridiculous.
That'd be
Stands
amazing.
up and just walk away.
Mic drop. Boop.
Well, they put what
Exactly.
you got, but, I was about to say, Blackwing. Well, I suppose we love you too, don't we?
We love every
And
X.
whales only. You've got
Love
a fan.
every X.
Well,
There's so many good Hex streams, man. It's almost impossible to keep up.
Too many. Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, talk about having a good problem. Like, that's a really good problem. Because that is really crazy. Like, Bitcoin doesn't have this issue. You know what I mean? Like, Bitcoin really doesn't have this issue. Like,
hey, talking about Bitcoin. Sorry, sorry to interrupt you. I was about to say.
No. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
If anyone's listening, please go smash up the likes on the Go channels. Actually, rather. Cold Fusion channel. There was he was doing a documentary on Bitcoin, and he featured, I think, on the 18-minute mark, Richard Hart basically calling out Craig Wright as a Satoshi cosplayer. He actually took that video, and Richard just replied and say, "Hey, I can tell you more if you like." Yeah, please go find that comment. It's somewhere. I know there's like 2,000 over comments on that. I'll probably drop the link on the main chat. But yeah, just go up and show your love to Richard and just go like that his post, I suppose, and his replies.
Oh, that's what that was. I was trying to figure it out. Okay. I was working at the time. Sorry, I couldn't really hack it. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna go in there and shut that shit down, or add some value where I can.
Yeah, that would be good.
Oh man, Hexes looks so. You know, I was literally waiting to buy, and I think I told you guys this before. Oh, nice. Yeah, definitely get your ass deep on here.
Yeah.
I was waiting to buy for literally like a whole week and a half. Right? Like I was just waiting for that dip, waiting for the dip. And it never came. And you know, I bought early, like I bought like a 176. So if I would have waited a little bit longer, I could have gotten, 150, 60, whatever, right? I could have gotten a better price, but it's just that's how Hex moves. Like it floats like when it goes down. It doesn't go down, right? Like and it's interesting to see that now we have sellers like at a rapid clip, right? And now the inflation is over with. And we're seeing how irrelevant those sellers are now. Like, look at where we're at. And they sold it as hard as they could last night. Like, that was a big sell order. The main sell order that tipped the scales was like $170,000, right? Like, not Hex. 170,000 USD, boom, one time, right? Like, that'll tip some scales in a book order, especially one like this one, because it's not a distributed book order. It's a centralized. Let me rephrase. It's like a vacuum, right? So it's not going to function like a centralized book order. So when you have something that has X, finite, like think of it like a hammer and a brick in a wall, right? If that brick that's trying to get put into that wall doesn't fit, and all you're doing is hitting it with a hammer, you're going to break that brick. Right, yeah. But if that brick is perfectly sized for that hammer, then it's just gonna slide right in. You're not gonna have an issue. You're just gonna tap it, no problems. Right. So that's what you have when you have an outsized order hitting an AMM, right? And that's what happened. That's what we saw last night. We saw it tip, break, right? Like that brick broke and it moved the market down. 0.2 cents or whatever it was, 0.002 cents or whatever. Like it looked big on the chart because Hex is so cheap, right? In terms of physical number or the number you see on the chart in display. But percentage wise, that was a relatively big move, So it's important to understand those little factors because they're critical if you're trying to help people understand how good Hex is. And that's why I'm relaying it, because like Hex literally, this was hold on, let me see this. That was a 15% move in 1 hour, guys. 15% down move in 1 hour, and it's like it didn't even happen.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo.
Just as fast as it gets sold.
Yeah.
And now with the news it's going to happen even quicker, or people won't even dump.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. This thing is we're gonna have a good, like our stream tomorrow is not gonna be like our stream today. That's all I'm gonna tell you guys. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. What's that?
Yes, Dave.
What's
up,
guys?
Josh?
Oh, yes, Deep. What's up, brother?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Good.
Excited for this change.
Finally got you on here.
Yeah, I was actually up a little early today recording with my friend. She's been wanting to get into Hex, and she was like, hey, I'll do a video. You can do start to finish, Coinbase, all that stuff, all the way to staking. But we got to wait 6 days for the funds to clear. So I'm really hoping these whales do not pump for another 6 days.
Oh my God. I hope you didn't just hear me.
I did just hear you.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
Uh,
R.I.P. to those funds.
oh man.
I have about 3 people that I know right now that are trying to get their funds cleared. So
Jesus. Yo, that's, you know what's funny? I send people to places like Shapeshift, Dharma, where they don't need to wait, 80 days to be able to touch their money and sling some crypto. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
yeah,
Like, I can't believe these places do that when they know they already have the funds at hand. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, they play with your money first. That's what's actually going on. Because it doesn't take, like, when you send a regular ACH transfer, like the one that takes 2 to 3 days.
yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Why does it take them double that time?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Good question.
stupid.
Good question. And that's why they hate Hexicans, guys.
Well, and they use the time to arbitrage, like, because they got lots of funds, right? And it's not like if you have your money on an account or on an exchange, not your seed words, not your coins, right? So
That's right.
they use that time to arbitrage the price. They get a better deal, and they charge you a fee.
On top of it, but hold on. Like, we have to remember how Coinbase started. Coinbase started from a mining node. So all of the Bitcoin that they've been selling, retailing, straight P&L. Straight P&L. Because they've been in from almost whenever they came up. I don't even remember when they started, but Coinbase already existed by the time I started buying stuff. And I was one of the people that was first involved in crypto back in the day. So, the community worldwide was maybe like 100,000 people, maybe back then. Probably less. Because I'm talking 2010. Right? Like, it was not that big. So, they were mining a lot of Bitcoin, and they probably had a shit ton of nodes because these guys were coders, right? Like Brian Armstrong and them, whatever his name is, they were coders.
Yeah.
So all of the supply that they have, they get it. They don't, these guys don't pay for none of that shit. They get it given to them at most. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not paying for that. Like, these guys, these coins, they're going to be listed on these exchanges because they're going to give up supply to them. And that's how that typically works, And Hex is too valuable for that. So, good luck to them.
Did you guys happen to talk about Bitcoin price at all?
Hold on, guys. 59,000 just sold on Uniswap. $59,000.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
Let 'em sell.
1.72 cents. 1.72 cents. Good for him. I hope it keeps going. I'm going to find money from somewhere. Don't worry, guys. At this dip. Don't worry. I don't know how I do it, but I do it all the time. Don't worry. It's crazy, yo. Hex is just, you can't lose. When you find that one thing, you just can't lose. I've never found it before, but now I know what these guys have been talking about their whole life.
Well, Nomics is showing us at 0.18. So,
well, they probably haven't caught up with what's actually happening here.
There's probably a little lag there, so yeah.
2 seconds, guys. I just want to bring up Kevin.
Oh, what's up, Kevin?
Oh, how's it going,
What's up,
guys?
Kevin? Good. How are you?
Hey, Usdc.
Hey.
Yeah, doing great.
Are we all wearing our Hex shirts?
I think
Mine,
I don't actually have one yet.
mine is on the way.
You gotta get yourself one, man. I have 3 of them now. I'm gonna give 2 of them away. Well, no, I have 2 for myself, and then I got 2 to give away.
Nice.
Kevin, your Hex shirt's probably fallen down the Suez Canal.
Shit. I knew it. It's the ship's probably got hijacked in Somalia.
Pirates.
Yeah.
And they're staking Hex. They're wearing your shirt and staking
Might see a Somalian pirate.
Some
wearing a
Somalian
Hex
pirate wearing your.
Look at me. This is my Hex now.
I love that meme. That's one of my favorite memes, man. That meme is literally one of the best ones. It's so funny.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Josh, were you asking about Bitcoin earlier?
Oh yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I saw Richard, on his price calls channel, or Richard's calls channels, he kind of threw out some graphs, and it was it's a little wishy-washy kind of thing. He wasn't definitively saying one way or the other, but it kind of suggested that maybe Bitcoin might be going in a different direction than in the past several months, meaning it might be entering into a little bit of a turn down. I'm not saying a bear market, but just, and I was just curious, Wales, if you had looked into that or what your thoughts were.
Oh yeah. I had actually made that call like early in March. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I made that call a while ago. And it's been doing
Seems on
just that.
track. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you the thing about it is that this is what's funny about Bitcoin, right? Because we have to understand it's not really a two-way market, even though it seems like it with everything that's floating around it, right? But it's important to understand that the paper markets that exist around Bitcoin don't actually affect it. Like, you'll have a short-term effect, sure, but when you look at the big picture, it's just like anything else. It's always short-lived. Right. So it's important to understand if anything happens, right, it's just another buying opportunity. So even if the market does dip 80%, 50%, 30%, doesn't matter. It's literally just another buying opportunity. So the only difference is how are these institutions going to act if something like that does happen? Right. Like we had a nice little dip to 57,000 last night. And that came out of nowhere. Like nobody was expecting that. Everybody thought this was going to just go up. But people don't understand how tops happen. You see, they don't happen just because, it stops going up and then it reverses. Nah, people have to actually, it actually went down to 56,478. And this is from Coinbase. So I don't know. This is just what I use. Whatever. I don't really care. But you got to understand how tops happen, and they're distributions, right? Like they don't just like when people are getting out and they're the ones with the money, they don't want you to know that they're getting out, right? Like they want you to keep buying. They want you to think this is going up forever. So what you're going to see on a chart is sideways. In fact, let me just share my screen because I was working on these charts, but why not?
Come on, son.
Come on, son.
Yeah, right. Come on, son. Let me get this out of here. Okay. Boom. All right. So when you get rid of these lines, what you're seeing is some type of slanted distribution, right? That's what we're really seeing here. And I know there's a lot of lines on this chart, but bear with me. Because market structure means something, right? And you just can't ignore it, right? Like we're right now in some type of distribution phase, right? The question is, well, what's actually being distributed, right? Because when something's being bought and sold and it's moving in this type of gyration, right? Typically, it's going to break out in some fashion, either up or down, right? Now, if we look at Bitcoin on this chart, we have this negative divergence, which is Richard also had on his chart. Now, you guys got to remember, I've been talking about this since last month, right? Like price was over here when I was talking about this shit. So it's done a whole lot of nothing in all of this time, right? But then yet you're hearing all of this, that these institutions are getting in there. The world is taking on Bitcoin because it belongs in the bank now, right? Like all of a sudden Bitcoin belongs everywhere. But the question is, well, what happened? Why is that? Because it literally just ran from 10,000 to 60,000 and nobody cared when it was at 10,000. But now it matters, right? So the question becomes, well, what changed? Right? What changed? Oh, that Richard just tweeted that a Bitcoin costs 33 times more than an ounce of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, people have to understand what's happening, right? This is why one of my first streams, and if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it, is titled Let's Talk Value. You have to understand how humans determine value. It's not based on what you think. It's based on what the market thinks, right? That's why, even though we all know Facebook is a shitty ass company, that motherfucking stock is at the moon, or at least it was. I don't know where it is now. Let's see. Just for fuck's sake. Okay, yeah. Still all-time highs, right? Like, and we know what this company does. It doesn't make sense that they're this valuable, but yet they are, right? It's very important to understand that what you think and what markets think are two different things, right? And this is why when I speak, I'm very deliberate. I'm very clear. I'm letting you know, hey, this is my opinion. This is what I think. And hey, this is a fact. And this is not a fact. It's very important those two things be distinguished, because yes, facts can change, but empirical evidence must be produced in order for that to happen. It doesn't just change because somebody wants it to. Now, that's where the world is trying to go, but we don't give a fuck about that. That's why we're Hexicans. So, we're going to ignore that. But it's important to understand what's happening, right? Now, look at this chart. It doesn't look that bullish to me. Maybe we start chopping. Maybe we start going sideways to down, right? Maybe we go just down to 30,000. That's not the end of the world, right? That's just a 50% pullback on a continuing move upward, because we all know the stock to flow model is true, right? Like, we know it's true. We've seen it time and time again. And if I have to bring it up, not a problem. Let's do that.
Well, that's exciting.
All right. I mean, it's crazy because it's important. Like, it's really important to understand how this stuff works. That's why my first video was that how cryptos work video, because if you don't know that, then your assessment is never going to be correct. Look at this price, right? Like, just look at this price chart. Just stare at it, right? When has Bitcoin not followed this? Please tell me. I'll wait. And I'll be dead and gone, and so will my great-grandchildren by the time you find it, because it's not there, right? Like, it's just not there. This is how it works. So we're going to 100,000. We're a little overvalued right now. Now, let me zoom in, because it's important to understand what's going on. Oh, crap. I hate these charts. Sorry, guys. Let me, I don't know who the fuck came up with this, but this is horrible. Like, whoever had this idea needs to get shot. This is just trash. Yeah, these charts are just ridiculous. Like, you can't even pan on this shit. Like, what is this? Is there some type of, like, keyboard shortcut that I don't know about? Like, I'm being so serious right now.
What
Like,
side
this
are you
is
on?
killing me. Maybe I gotta come over here with the pan. All right, let me try that. Let me try to zoom. This is just... Okay. All right. So what I'm trying to highlight is how we're a little overvalued right now, right? Like, right now, this is where Bitcoin is, 58,000, whatever, 900, da da da. But the daily stock to flow dictates that we're overvalued by about 17,000 in dollar terms, right? That's what this is saying. The line here is here to represent fair value on a daily basis going back 100 plus days. That's all this line is saying. Why is it like that? I don't remember. I haven't read this crap in over a decade, so I'm sorry. But I'll rehash it at some future point just to be more detailed. But I'm just trying to make a point because the chart is very clear, right? Like, it's not telling you anything that I'm not saying. And what we're talking about right now is that Bitcoin does not go up in a straight line, right? Like, look at what happened at first, right? I mean, look at what happened here, right? $18 to $2. Like, people thought Bitcoin was done. I remember that. People really thought Bitcoin was never going to come back because they did not understand how it worked, right? So this is why my first video is how cryptos work, network effect. is not anything about anything else. This is why you have crap coins that are worth $500. This is very real. Like, this is not an opinion. This is how it works. It's everywhere. You either want to see it or you don't. And that's what it ultimately comes down to. You know what I mean? So it's important to understand these things because they're not even technical. They're just in your face, right? Like, and if you don't understand, there's really not much to understand. Just know that this is how that shit works. Because that's how it's always worked. You know, it's always gyrated around this line. So it's going to do the same on an upward move, right? It's just a function of, well, how quickly is it going to be? I don't know, how quick is it going to move before we actually have to pull back? Right? Like, and as you guys have been seeing, like right now, it's just going sideways. So maybe we're just going to go sideways until we catch up to this line, which is in May or so.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, that's only a month away. Entirely plausible. Not implausible, right? So understanding these little nuances of how markets work is kind of what makes life easier, right? Because you're not being stressed with nonsense about, oh, price isn't going to go up, or, oh, should I buy now? Should I buy then? Like, you literally have a roadmap right here about when and how to buy. Like, you know, but people don't even come to a chart like this. They'll go to a chart and try to use indicators and all this nonsense when it's really not required. Like, here you go. Like, all you have to do is be patient. Like, look, what do you think green means? You know what I mean? Like, what do you think blue means? Like, it's telling you right here, ice cold. And that's exactly what it was back then. That was the crash. And look at whoever bought then now. Right? Like, it's important to understand these things because it doesn't require a genius to understand. Like, everybody knows hot means hot, right? Like, cooking. Like, don't touch that. You're going to burn your finger, right? Like, this is lukewarm, so it makes sense, right? You know, like, it's all of these things. Like, you have to just look at what the chart is telling you. It's telling you when like, right now it's telling you, yeah, it's a little overvalued, so we're going to consolidate. Like, yeah, it's telling you that. You see, like, it's not really hiding anything. That's what's crazy. If you guys got any questions, shoot.
No, I have a question. Well, it's off topic from this. So if somebody has questions about this, go ahead first.
Does this make sense at least?
Yeah.
Yeah. I follow. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So that's why it's important.
We need one of these charts for Hex.
Well, you can't have that. Like, I already tried to come up with that. No, it's not even that it's too early. I already tried to come up with that. And the thing you have to understand is that Hex doesn't work like that because Hex is fluid, right? Hex is fluid. It's dynamic. Hex, the T-share rate is always a function of two things, right? And those two things are really just determinants of that value. The velocity is a pumpamental that you can't see. It's a hidden one. So what does that mean? The velocity is going to be literally the network effect in full force, right? Because the T-share rate is a determinant of value within the Hex ecosystem, right? Because that T-share rate ratchets with respect to how staking is being done, right? And that's a function of how many Hex are being staked and for how long they're being staked, right? So those are the three pillars of Hex, right? The T-share rate, how long people are staking, and for how much, and how much people are staking, right? So those three things are critical, right? So actually, yeah, it's kind of like what Balaji says. You would literally have to have a daily stock to flow model, which is crazy, right? Because then it would literally change every day. Like, you would have to change it every day at 07 or at 000 UTC. Right, like, you would literally have to do it. Yeah, get to work, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah, easier said than done. I mean, I've been trying to like work on the coding, but let me tell you guys, it's not easy when you're streaming all the time. So, you know, something is gonna take a hit, and I don't know if you guys want me to stop streaming. So you let me know what you want, right? I'm here to fulfill demand. So yeah, not a problem. If you guys are ready for me to stop streaming, I will work on the website. But it'll take some time. Because software is hard, and I don't know that much about it. I just know the real basics, And the real basics are obvious to anybody that's been around the planet for 35 years. So that's how I can speak with at least some kind of authority to like what the fuck is going on, because I saw Microsoft Office when it was on a box screen, right? And you had to carry that big ass screen around, and that shit was not light. You know what I'm saying? Like it was not light. Like now we got multiple screens all over the place. The world has changed, you know, and I saw that happen in real time. So I understand what's going on very, very clearly.
So it seems like the crypto world is going to change again here soon. There was
Unfortunately.
a tweet put out, I think it was by the Hex Pulse chain Twitter, that there's maybe news coming at the end of the month. Did you guys talk about that?
Oh, you talking about Pulse?
Yeah, we haven't.
We haven't traversed that topic. No,
you haven't gotten there yet?
No, we can now.
Who's running the streamer? Is it Vince? Are you the one?
Middleman.
Middle class.
It's me.
Oh, okay.
It's the middleman.
Middleman. I don't know if you can pull up the tweet. I can try to send it to you, but it basically said.
Just put it in the private chat, bro.
Yeah, let me get.
Pop it in.
Let's see what Hex is doing in the meanwhile. Look at that. Already getting big. Thank you. So while Deep gets that, let's discuss these kind of moves because they're going to be more frequent, right? Like the higher Hex goes, the more ready people are going to be to sell millions of Hex. So we're going to get crazy moves like this all of the time. So don't let them shock you. They're normal. Bitcoin had them. Hex is going to have them. You have to realize that over time, there's not going to be millions of Hex to sell. So that's just really all I wanted to say.
All right, so I found it. I put it in the private chat if you guys can see it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Cool.
Yeah. Cheaper, faster, feed burning.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm excited about that. The part where it says a secret until end of this month. What does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Hold on. Wait, what? The details of the potion is
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because I know at least in Hex, we don't release anything until it's done.
Done. Exactly, son.
What does it mean that there's a secret until the end?
Time. I can't believe you didn't even wait till June. Oh my god. This dude is a beast.
We don't know what this means, but as much as I know in Hex,
you know what? I know what. I'm not scared to say what I think. Wow. Hey, good times ahead here shortly, guys. I'm excited.
And that's just a start. So
yeah.
all right, speculation time. What I'm really interested in is a referral system. If we can get some way built in to refer people to Hex, rather than like Staker app, they're doing their referral system and stuff. But if there's something that could be more native to the whole experience, that'd be amazing. I'd be really excited about that.
Yeah, this is gonna be great, man.
Earlier in the stream, we were talking about Richard. What if Richard announced the lighting on the chain on Lex's show?
Oh,
damn! Yo, that's right. We were just talking about that. So, how crazy would that be? It's at the if it's at the end of the month, and he drops that bomb at the end of the stream. Oh man.
That would be such. Yeah.
Could you imagine that? That's some Babe Ruthian type shit right there, guys.
Knocking out of the park.
Yo, say what?
Wow. Joe Rogan and any other mainstream media, Bloomberg, you name it.
Oof, man. Oh God.
Have you guys heard the Lex Friedman podcast with Pompliano?
I watched about a half hour of it. I didn't get to finish.
Okay, I just finished the whole thing. So the way that Lex Friedman has set up that interview is like totally he's really waiting for Richard, you know.
That's what I keep hearing.
Yeah,
that's what I keep hearing.
Yeah, there is so much gold in there that, you know, that's it's an alley oop for Richard, you know. Yeah.
Okay. Because
I wonder if they've spoken already.
Like,
I don't know.
They have. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait for the interview.
Because I know Pompliano's like personality, and he's just like he's more of a finance guy than like that he doesn't really understand.
That's
what
where he came from.
He
doesn't
really get crypto. He doesn't get Ethereum. He doesn't understand anything other than Bitcoin price goes up, and that's it. And he's just hell bent on that alone. So that's why Richard, who understands both, he's gonna kill it.
Because
bugs. He only talks about just the shiny object called Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he talks about like, you know, institutions doing this and that, and he just steps around the things that he doesn't know about, and he doesn't even care to educate himself, which is just unfortunate. But
yeah, incredibly.
It'll be even better for Richard.
Yeah, because it's so ironic, because in the podcast, Pomp he said, well, time is money, money is time. So what better representation of that ideal than Hex, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just gold, you know. It's just gold.
So I actually just got a message. I have to get ready to leave. So thank you for inviting me on, guys. But I do have to cut out. I wasn't able to stay for the whole stream. But let's do this again. I'll try to make an effort to wake up early. Sunday, this is hard for me to do.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, this is really cool, and
yeah,
thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah.
Okay, see you guys.
See you.
Yeah.
Good chat.
Take care, man.
Take care.
Yeah, spot on, Your Excellence. If you don't bloody stake now, or rather, because we don't know when the snapshot's going to happen, so as quickly as possible, get your stakes in.
So
yeah, I just staked some liquid I had last night. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it happens at the end of the month, it will really be an in your face to the Berlin hard fork.
Oh shit, that's right.
The hard fork is, I think, middle of April. I think.
Yeah, 15th, I think.
Yeah.
Or the 14th.
Yeah,
14 or 15, something like that. Yeah.
14 or 15. So yeah, if he were to get it out by the end of April, then it's shit.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he's working tirelessly to accomplish that goal, because that man is a beast.
Yeah.
He's a beast. He's gonna be like, I hope you guys like paying more. How about this? Enjoy. Right? Like, we don't gotta say shit else, bro. You can use that soundbite if you want.
Oh man.
Like, what the fuck? Man. Yo, that's perfect. Think about it. I didn't even that's crazy, man. That's a great catch, guy, because I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. That is perfect, right? That's another alley-oop to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you guys have fun paying a lot for a little while. I got you. Don't worry. I'm coming.
Yeah. Streams that he looked like he either just woke up from a nap or something, but yeah, he's working hard. He's doing it the best that he can for what's coming for us. So yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
For sure.
Something I know is you don't fade Mr. Hart when it comes to development work. And when it comes to creating shit, you don't fade that gentleman.
No.
Negatory.
Yeah.
But they will learn.
I mean, he responds to tweets and Telegram chats. He's in the voice chat. I mean, there's no other founder that's doing what he's doing. None. No founder.
Zero. Nope. Zero. And that can't be discounted. Like people have to understand that. Like if you've been around crypto more than a day, you understand that, right? And there's a lot of people that will just choose to ignore that because Bitcoin is Bitcoin, right? And Bitcoin doesn't have anything, no founder, no central figure, right, so to speak. But that's okay. Doesn't need one. It was the first one, and we know that the experiment works. So now it's a different ball game, and that's the whole point. That's what people don't get.
Shout out to JFK.
Oh, shout out to JFK. What's up, brother?
Nice.
I mean, the only other figurehead out there that I think is, does positive things and it's not, I mean, it's still not, but Roger Ver, I mean, he just exposed the Bitcoin devs for liars and cheaters that they are. They deleted a portion of the Kin.com stream where he was talking good about Bitcoin Cash, and the Bitcoin guys deleted that off.
Yeah, I heard about that. He did a Clubhouse session like a day or two ago or something, and that they came back and deleted that portion of his talk or something like that.
Right. Yep.
Some nonsense. Like that's just ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Roger,
like,
Roger will be coming on the Discourse Syndicate probably sometime later this year.
Nice.
Dude, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, that would be freaking super sick. I like Roger Ver. I mean, the guy is respectable. You have to respect the guy. Yeah. He handles his business, and that's it. He doesn't really worry about anything else. He's not really out here trying to sell you anything but a dream. You know what I mean? And that's the dream that we all want to a degree, right? He just sees it his way, and that's it.
I mean, he even told you that, if Bitcoin Cash doesn't work, they'll go with what works.
Exactly. That's exactly my point.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like he's not a dummy, right? Like he's really not a dummy.
No.
Like he just thinks what he thinks, and that's it. He'll come around. He'll have no choice. That's my opinion. He'll have no choice ultimately.
He did list Hex on his exchange. I don't know if it's still up there, but initially.
Yeah, actually, he was the first one. He was one of the first ones to list Hex on a centralized exchange. So,
how about that?
In for that, yeah.
I didn't even know that about that.
Yeah,
he took
a lot of flack for that too.
I'm sure he did. Sure he did. It's such a joke, man. All these people are going to be exposed shortly. It's going to be hilarious to watch because Pulse Chain is going to be the way they're going to be exposed. Best way to expose them, right?
Damn right.
Why is everything so expensive everywhere else? This is crypto. It's not supposed to be that way. Period. Like, they literally lit a fire, man, and they don't realize it. It's hilarious to see a bear poked because the people that poked it don't even realize that that's what they just did.
Yeah.
Enjoy the show. Many bears been poked lately. Good times ahead for all. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a party, guys.
It's gonna be a lot of cloning of our sea creatures.
They've already started cloning them, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have. Yeah, I can't remember where I saw it, but I'm pretty sure some Bitcoin loser somewhere has already done that. Yep.
Well, I guess all of our if you're a dolphin right now, you're gonna be another dolphin in the Pulse Chain.
Yep, Pulse Chain. That's right. It's a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful times ahead, man. Beautiful times ahead.
Oh, look at that.
What?
Middle class.
Definitely a dolphin.
Oh, nice. That's cool. That's pretty cool.
Is that a lamp? Oh, that's a lamp. Oh, okay.
It's a lamp.
It's
yeah.
It's a pretty sick lamp.
We get a whale one. I think there's a whale one too. Probably get one.
Got one for later.
Yeah, I still list Hex. It's still here.
Wait, Bitcoin.com? Or...
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Nice.
that's his. That's right. I forgot that was his.
Yep,
I was wondering too.
That's Rogers. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And I live in New York, so I probably can't even open an account there. But yeah.
Oh, you could VPN.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get one. I gotta care to get one for that. I don't use VPNs for that.
Yeah.
I don't need to access a centralized exchange. So.
Well, that's it. Spot on.
Oh,
So
Benny's
yeah.
stupid, man.
Watched
Benny
that
is
show
stupid.
back in the day. That was awesome.
Yeah. I forgot about that show.
Okay.
I
So
forgot about that show.
so we become a shark. You gotta get jaws on.
Oh man.
You gotta get jaws.
Oh yeah, Jaws.
Get jaws. Become a whale. You get Free Willy or something.
Oh.
Whatever.
Right on, Bob.
Oh, man.
If you want to be Poseidon, you're gonna have to get like shit. What's that?
Aquaman.
Yeah, Aquaman.
Aquaman.
My mind. Bloody hell.
Poseidon.
Hey, guys, intermission for a little bit, shall we?
Okay,
Sure.
commercial break.
Is the Fed just going to print money?
That's literally what Congress has told us to do. There's enough cash in the financial system, and there's an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve, an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve, an infinite amount of cash.
No, you can't just print more money.
I saved the economy.
We're trillions of dollars in debt. The debt to GDP ratio is out of control. Who's going to pay for it?
Haha. Money printer go
It's perfect.
The intermission is the best. I love it.
I can't
one-
stand. Yeah, I
Go
can't
ahead,
stand
sorry.
those eyes. I can't stand those eyes. What's
Oh
that?
yeah, fucking Kashkari. Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo, bro.
What the?
This is clearly whacked out.
Yeah, those eyes,
whacked
man.
out.
Yeah, those eyes. Man.
Eyes speak. Eyes definitely speak. No doubt about it.
Those
no doubt
eyes.
about it.
Man. You guys are fucking
Eyes
psycho.
your windows to your soul.
Yeah,
Yep. They speak. So that guy clearly has issues.
that guy doesn't have one. You know,
Yeah.
he's got no
That's why
soul.
he has to open them so big.
Probably not.
Make sure
Yeah.
he's seeing right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, look, I'm a nice guy. Sure, we believe you.
Yeah.
We believe you. No worries. No worries.
Yeah.
Right. Gotta love these
Well,
clowns, man.
Yeah. Looks like that dip you talked about just got blocked back up.
It just went back up.
Yeah. Really?
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah.
Oh no! Wow!
That quick.
Wow, wonder how that happened.
Wow!
Well, must be the OA dumping on our heads. You know, that scam people keep talking about. It's fucking crazy,
Oh,
bro.
God.
I it happens
So
every day.
old.
It happens every day. You know, it's crazy.
I hope we close above 1.8.
Best scam ever. Oh, we're definitely. I think we might wake up to 2 cents tomorrow.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that.
Mm.
Yes.
Because this thing is just ridiculous. It's just not showing any remorse at this point.
Mm-mm.
It's really not. Like, I really thought we were going to get a dip to like 1.4.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. We're not seeing 1 cent ever again, people.
Ain't happening.
Period. Nope. Not happening. And guess what? If we do, you better enjoy that shit. You better enjoy it.
Oh man.
Hey, does anyone know what the difference between Dex.Vision and Uniswap Vision?
Hex.Vision.
Actually, I found that out the hard way last night.
Yeah.
Hex dot or Uniswap.hex.vision has it has both the V1 and V2 Uniswap histories, but it doesn't have the uncalculated USD. So that's the advantage that Dex.vision has, but they don't have V1 history. So
Okay.
yeah, that's basically it.
Okay.
Yeah,
But it's but it's nice to see that big wick today.
Yeah, we're going
Yeah.
there clearly. Yeah, we're going there clearly. That's what that means. You know that
Yep.
that's not really a glitch. That's one side
Yeah.
of the book getting lifted. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
And chances are we'll probably fill that in the next couple of
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Yep.
probably cleared out a lot of limit cells. too.
Correct.
Yep.
That's exactly what just happened.
That's what it did. Nice.
That's exactly what that was. That's the stops getting cleared before the price is ready to go. Now we're cleared for takeoff. That's what that means.
Oof.
Yeah, that's exactly what that means. Yep, see it in Legacy all the time. So it's probably just. Oh, actually, it was a bot. Yeah, that's exactly what that was. Holy shit. Duh.
Yeah.
That's exactly how they do it. That's
Our
exactly
bot,
how
yeah.
they do it.
Because no
That's
human could do a
exactly-
1 minute candle, can you?
Huh?
We see it
No
on the.
human can do a 1 minute candle.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yes, you can. Whoa.
Hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah, because it was bought up,
Yep.
and then the next
Yeah.
trade was down, and that's what
Yeah.
happened. That's how I
Okay.
knew.
Yep.
That's
it
how
was,
I knew.
Yep. It
Yeah.
was a 1 minute candle. Yep. It
Mm.
was. Oh wow.
Yeah, like they just bought it up, and then the next trade was just down. Like it was just below that price level because that wasn't the right price.
Can I show that?
Yeah. Do whatever. Man.
See that?
Hold
See
on.
that?
Yep.
That's it.
400 400K.
Yep.
Whoa, straight up.
Mm.
Wow. That is
Is this 1 minute? Is this
Yep.
a 1 minute?
Yeah.
Yep, that's the 1 minute.
Hey, Wales, correct me
Yes,
if I'm
sir.
wrong. If the candles, if that's a wick, which means it didn't actually got filled. It got offered all the way up there. It didn't get filled. Am I right or wrong?
Well, no, it traded. Like I saw it when it hit the well bot. Like it even got tweeted and everything. That was a sell down
So there was
because the price went up.
Okay.
So all of those orders got filled at that level. Matter of fact, let me look it up. Hold on, because I can look up the tweet. We can look it up.
Because the 1
Give me a
minute,
second.
because it doesn't do it justice. So
No, it doesn't, because it just looks crazy. It just looks
Exactly.
crazy. Yeah, it looks crazy.
Yeah.
So let me look it up. Give me a second.
you
Hex
do
well
that.
bot. Where is it? It was last night. 160. Is this it? Yeah, I think this is it. Let me just make sure. Yeah, because it was after. Yep, it was after the switch. Yep. Damn, and they sold it even harder after. Oh no, my bad. That was just a stake. Sorry. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get the tweet now. Oh, and it was 2 times too, so it was actually double the. Oh shit! I thought it was one amount. It was double that amount. So I didn't even realize that I didn't look at the whole trade. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the other.
100. Wow.
Let me see. 9:06 p.m.
9
9:06
million.
p.m. That's the other one. I don't know if they're the same, but they shouldn't be. Hold on. Let me. Actually, I should have just gave you the transaction link. I'm a moron. Sorry. Hold on.
Yeah, let's
Get this
see.
out of there.
That is, yeah.
I'm just gonna make sure it's not actually the same transaction.
Buying.
13 minutes 48 seconds. Oh yeah, it is. They just tweeted it twice. Never mind. False alarm. Sorry guys.
Well, 400K.
But either way, it was $167,000. Well, almost $168,000 in Hex that got sold last night. That caused that down move.
Actually, from what I see from the 2 tweets that you just posted on the transaction hashes are different. So
Really? Hold on.
Yeah, there's a buy and a sell.
Hang on, guys. What the hell?
Oh wow.
Yep, it was a buy
okay.
and a sell
Yeah,
for the exact same amount.
it's only one gray.
Oh shoot.
Oh, is
Yep.
that what it
Shoot.
is?
I was
Yeah.
just going by the damn timestamp. Thanks, Vince. Whoa,
Yep.
I went by the block and the timestamp. I didn't even look at the damn transaction as like a moron.
Yep, it's a different hash. So yeah.
Excuse me. I'm
Buy-
sorry,
buy and a
guys.
sell. No, it's all right. Oh, you're good.
Man,
Oh,
how about that? This is amazing. So they definitely cleared out the stops.
Yeah.
Holy
Clear for takeoff.
shit. That's it, baby. Woo! Get ready to be paid like a motherfucker in a little bit. You know, I can't wait to retire in 1 year. I'm just gonna do that. I said fuck it, and I'm gonna
Oh,
do
man.
that last night.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, and I know Hex is gonna allow me to do it, so I know I can announce it. And if it doesn't, then so be it. But we'll see. That's the goal. I just can't keep working, man. It's just it's killing me. I don't have the patience. It's just it's rough. I'd rather devote my time fully to dealing with Hex stuff. Seriously, it's such a better life. I'd rather not. Yeah, like it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
You do it from
Like
your golden yacht.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever works. Like whatever works, man. Like I'm probably gonna move out of the US and just visit whenever I gotta like visit my kids or whatever. And that's it. Good. Like I can't do this shit no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is tough, bro. This is tough. It's tough living out here. Almost done with the charts. I'm just updating the PowerPoint. And as always, it's looking phenomenally good. Oh, man. Oh, life is good.
That's what we love to hear.
Oh, I'm glad to relate. I'm glad
man.
to relate. I'm glad to relate for real. Seriously, yo, I'm telling you guys, man, I didn't think it was gonna lead to all of this, but I'm glad it has. Like Hex is an amazing thing. It really, really is.
Yeah.
Nobody knew.
Yeah. Nobody knew. Nobody knew. That's right. That's so true. Nobody knew. That's what makes it so great, right? I mean, who knows what's left?
I'm trying
Right?
to
Like it's
right now. I'm trying to get them the information to get the staker app activated.
who that?
My dad.
Oh, just reach out to Firebun
Yeah, I got
directly.
Or stuff.
the he sent me the directions, so I just forwarded that to my dad. So
Got it.
Nice.
Got it. Oh, you was looking for how to get it activated. My bad. I misheard you.
yeah, 0.02 ETH. That's not. I mean that's what
not a lot.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not a lot. In order to have direct access to Hex, well worth the cost, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate having to jump through hoops just to get Hex, but I'll do it all day until I no longer have to, right? So, you know, I think that's what makes Staker app worth the cost, man. Like it literally removes that barrier. I think I was talking about this with somebody yesterday. I don't know if it was on the chat or the day before or something, but you know, when people have to come in and buy Hex, when they come in to buy Hex and they have to buy ETH first, you know, they don't get that. So if you don't know how to explain that, you know, it's like the MasterCard network, right? Like it's on that network, you're not going to be able to convince that person, right, to buy in. So for a no coiner, right, because no coiners are tough, right? If they don't get something, they're not going to feel comfortable with it. To them, it's already internet money in some cases, right? Like you have to make sure that you relay that stigma in the in the correct way. So it's a little funky, right? But it's not funky because we get it. We understand that this is just a new future, right? But the average person isn't going to understand that. So that's why I'm like saying what I'm saying. Like it's definitely important to be able to explain that, because you know the average person, man, they're not like us. You know, they're not gonna think like us. They're not gonna try to figure shit out. Like they're just not built like us. So you know, it's a different kind of process when it's somebody that's not a Hexican or that's not, you know, like technically savvy or financially savvy to a degree. Because here's the thing, even if you're not financially savvy to a degree, and you're technically savvy to a degree, you can ultimately get across that hump, right? But when you're neither, it's a little more difficult. It's a little more difficult. So it's a little bit of why is it doing this? It's a little bit of useful information. Because onboarding, man, is not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Short break. Short break.
All right.
What's going on?
Dump it.
Dump it.
Yeah. It's mad funny, man.
Oh, man.
Dump it.
All right. I'm just doing the expiring shares chart, and we'll be ready to go.
Ready?
Sweet.
Come on, Excel. Today would be great. Thank you. Man. Let's see, where are we? Expiring shares. But yeah, man, we're like Hexicans are so well positioned for the future. It doesn't even make sense.
Oh, God. Crazy.
Like, it's so sick, man. It's so sick. Like, Richard is gonna take care of us, man. It's future is always bright in the Hexican world. So
Everything's going that way.
yeah, man. Well, crypto, an actual crypto, like what? This guy is crazy. He's doing things correctly. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Like, yo, these Bitcoin people make me sick. They're such fucking sellouts. It's disgusting. It's either they've been taken over by a bunch of fucking sellouts, or they just always were, right? It's either
No, they
or
have,
because
like, the owners of Blockstream, like they're literally
Blockstream.
the guys. Yeah, they're literally the guys from the Fed.
oh fuck.
I know.
Well, that answered that question.
Exactly.
No more speculation there. You heard it here first, folks. 'Cause I didn't even know that shit. That's how little I pay attention. I really don't, you know. And wow. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So if you can't control it, or you think you can control it, what do? You make it broken.
Yep, and they're trying to break it. They are definitely trying to break it. People are letting them too. That's the sad part. That is the sad part. And we got Hex. Woo.
Yeah.
Lucky us. Lucky us
I'm
for
just
real.
gonna buy you some time, Wales. I'll play a little something.
Okay. Almost done. Just about another minute.
There's a backstory to that bloke's stupidity. So he got the car for free. So when you get shit for free, you don't value that shit.
Just like Richard says.
Yep, very true.
Yeah, he couldn't be bothered reading the owner's manual to disable the traction control. If you want to do a burnout in front of someone else's wedding just to celebrate, stupid. Just stupid.
All right. Almost done, guys. Sorry. PowerPoint is just being special ed today.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I was actually curious about the nobody's really talked about it yet, but that tweet about the pulse chain. It mentions fee burning, so yeah, I just wonder how that's going to work too.
I'm guessing that might be where the pulse token comes in, but I don't know. It's really hard to say.
Yeah.
Until they release the details, who knows? Who knows? But maybe that's what that's for.
Gotta wait and see, I guess.
Because whatever it is going to be better than what already exists. You can better believe that.
Yeah, it could be. It could be modeled from the
after the ETH burning thing.
Yeah, the EIP 1559 thing. Could be.
Yeah, probably.
So it's like another pumpamental, right? So you reduce the supply and then you
exactly.
get the price to go up.
Yeah.
Can you guys see Parlay from Faraway's comment about, so this fork off ETH only gives us options between two markets? Is that correct?
Yes. I think so.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to it. As always, the disclaimer. Let me turn my little pointer on. Let me get over here in the right area. The information displayed in this broadcast is known to cause increased amounts of FOMO. HexAsians and their guests are not responsible for any losses you may accrue for having weak hands. Stake accordingly. Whoa, get out of here. We just wicked up to one. Whoa, hold on. This is pause for wow. Hell yeah, baby. Yes, sir. Try again. I mean, so, I've talked about this before. This is a vacuum. Okay? I hope you guys understand now what I mean by vacuum. Right? Like, $10 this year is not a joke. That's a conservative estimate if things go as intended. Because while $1 is 100 times or whatever, you have to understand that when this catches fire, it has to go up that high. It has to. Because the liquidity just is not there. It's just not there. Like, there's 64 million hex, 64.4 million hex right now versus 582 ETH. Right? That sounds like a lot. But convert that into dollars. Okay, let's convert this into dollars just because. Why the fuck not? Because we need to speak correctly, right? 64422,837, and that's almost close to what we know as a daily payout. Like, the daily payout is usually around there. So right now the price of hex is 0.188. Oops, sorry. 0.101885. Let's leave it there. Ha.
Now,
all right. Yeah.
Is that outlook minus the pulse chain consideration, or is that included in your?
Oh, I didn't even. Yeah, I'm just talking about regular ass hex, bro. I'm not even talking about all that other stuff, because all that other stuff is kind of like whatever, right? Like, that's just added fundamentals. Like, he's about to copy paste the chain. So here's the thing. Imagine. That's a great question, but first, I just want to let you guys know that is only 1 1/4. Well, it's less than a quarter. $1.214 million on the book. That's all the liquidity that's there right now, and that's in the ETH
from last week.
Yeah, and that's in the ETH pair right now. So let's go look at what's sitting in the USDC book. Let's see. my man Abracadabra, shout out to him. He pointed out to me that I was missing the USDC liquidity pool when I was looking at stuff. So let's look at that one. Bam, that's the one, baby. Total liquidity $5 million.
It's up 5 million.
Okay. 135.47 million hex and versus 2.6 million USDC. Now, that equals, right? We can just say 2.6 million, right? Or let me say that's 2.4 here and 0.4 there. Man, that's only $7.5 million total liquidity across the board. Right? Like, that's nothing. That's really nothing. If this catches fire, this is nothing.
Damn.
Yes, we all know $7.5 million is nothing.
Yeah.
Right? That's nothing. That's nothing. So imagine somebody's like, holy crap, this is real? And nobody's been letting us know? Because this is what's been happening lately if you're looking around Twitter. That's what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Like, people are catching on. So
just a reminder that the Economist magazine just came out.
Oh, that's right.
And now you've got tens of thousands of elite individuals reading that magazine right now.
Yeah, I used to read that crap too. I used to read that too. Yeah, let's see if I can find that. Not sure if I'm gonna be able to. I don't know how this works anymore. You used to be able to like flip through. I don't think you'll be able to.
I think
Let's
middle
see.
a picture of it, of the ad.
I don't know what page it was by, but if we could find a way to like scroll through the mag, you got a link, Vince?
I think
it's up on screen now.
Oh, nice. Yeah. There you go.
There it is. Yeah. So people, that ad is actually in this week's issue. I think it's a weekly issue.
Yes, it is a weekly issue every Friday
of the Economist magazine. That is actually in the current issue.
Nice.
Well, so.
Yeah, no, the important thing to remember is that people are looking at crypto, right? Like, people are now really more aware that this is real. Bitcoin has been around for 12 years. Like, you can only hide it for so long, right? And that's what's important to understand. That's really the critical key, right? Like, they've been trying to hide it, and people keep talking about it. So, how much longer can you really hide something that's good? Right, and exactly like T-Bird says, a lot of no corner eyeballs. That's the key. That's what we need. We don't need crypto monkeys. They are too dumb to get it because they think they know what's going on and they don't. So it's a completely different ball game, right? And that's what people have to understand, because this is what's going to lead to what could possibly be the biggest bull run in crypto history, because people don't understand there's an actual value proposition here. Right? Like, this shit is crazy. Yo, you know what? I wouldn't even be surprised if that was true. Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if what Marco says is true. I wanted to say that earlier, but I never got to. But yeah, I would not be surprised if that shit was already done, because we all knew, right? This was gonna happen. We all knew Ethereum isn't looking out. We all knew they play favorites. Like, it's obvious. So really no surprise. So right now, we are looking at the first 476 days of Hex, right? After being... this is just beautiful, man. All right, so the first is Bitcoin index, which is the yellow line. Still flat. We have about 85 more days before we actually see something. Ethereum index, orange line, 784.5%. Maybe it's reaching some type of support level, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember the values for, I think it's log base 10. I don't remember what they got going on over here, but it's a laggard. And then you got Hex at 8,171%. And then you have the T-shares index at 13,913%. I mean, just outstanding, right? Hex post big payday, 342%. And I grabbed these prices as of 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I think the price was 177 or something. So we're actually way higher right now. And if you hold on, how about this? Would you guys mind waiting for me to update these charts just to see how much nicer the price is now? Because damn, this shit is about to fucking rocket, bro.
Go ahead, man.
Like this shit is like we're gonna have a nice fucking Sunday. That's all I know. We're gonna have a real nice freaking Sunday. Where's this thing?
Real time update.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
That it went even higher. Oh my god. Oh, I mean, how can you not be hype about this? This is crazy. Oh, you know what? I'll share something that I've talked about before on stream, but I've just not been willing to share just because why not? And let's talk about this for a little bit because it's a special day. Let's talk about mooning. Why not? This is going to be really cool for everybody to see because this is what a lot of us have talked about this for a while. And it's been hard for people to like wrap their head around. How the hell can the T-share rate and what is this? Yeah, the price of Hex. And now this isn't a good chart. This is just something to discuss. I just want to bring it up because I just want people to understand exactly what people mean when they say this, because it's going to ultimately happen. Give me a second, because again, I didn't really adjust this, so bear with the crappiness of the chart. But I just want people to understand this because it's important. All right, give me a second. Let me pull up
that's
the
all right.
presentation because this is going to be very cool for people to see. If I can just hold on. All right. Come on. Boom. Okay. All right. So the pink line is the T-share rate. And when I recorded this, it was like March 7th when I did this. And when I was doing it, I was going through the steps in my head and I realized like it's impossible because we don't actually know if this is going to actually be like this. And what I did was I removed, and this is with the help of Patrick Line, Hex Line, aka Patrick, we all know, Crypto Sparkbuck homies, shout out to them. I removed all the big payday stuff to make the rate of change more sensible. And at the time, the T-share rate was 6,999 hex per T-share. And I haven't checked like how it's tracking now. Actually, let me do that now since we're talking about it and I'm looking at the shit, right? So let me see here. This is what oh shit. What's today? 4-4? Wow, this is
4-4.
not that far off. I'm only 30 hex off in terms of the rate. Huh. Not bad. Okay. Well, all right. I guess I could keep working on this. Because here's the thing, right? It's not going to be conclusive, right? I mean, we have to understand that this is dynamic data, right? If a fucking smorgasbord of people come in and reprice this whole thing to $1 in 6 months and they stake, then who knows where that staking pool is going to be? It could be at 15%. It could be at 12. Like, I don't know. Because here's the thing. We've doubled in price in the past, 2-3 weeks. And, well, we've more than doubled in price in the past 2 to 3 weeks. and the staking is getting crazy, but that staking percentage does not really go up. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. It's still less than 10%. We see what's happening with the T-share rate. So it's kind of interesting to see, well, what is the dynamic going to be moving forward when more parties enter the system, more T-shares are created, less of the pool is paid out to people that are coming on after us, because we already have our T-shares, right? We already have our payout. The Hex payout isn't going to change, right? It's going to relatively be around where it's at, because the system is designed that way. But the T-share rate is going to creep up. It's going to get more expensive to get Hex, and the more people that get into Hex, the more coins are going to be locked away, thereby making them even more expensive, right? Because they become more rare. So it's kind of like this circular thing. So what I actually did here was I kind of tried to forecast what we're going to have at the end of this whole 15-year run. And this was done in March 2000, or March 7th, 2021. That's when I did this. So, take it with a grain of salt. This isn't even anything I kept working on. Like, I did this in a few minutes after I realized I had done some bad math or whatever. So this is what the would-be price of Hex at that time. And the forecast here would be like 1,024 based on the T-share rate, right? Because everything is dependent on that. Yeah, so this is just crazy. And the thing about it is, it just doesn't seem that out of place, because this is, again, just math, and the fact that I'm only 30 Hex behind the T-share rate just goes to show what the whales have been doing in the pool, right? Because it's a big pool, we're all in it, and they're staking short, ratcheting that T-share rate up, and driving that thing higher, making it even more expensive to get T-shares, which is how you earn more Hex, right? Like, that's the whole objective. So when you look at this, at some point in the future, this is what you're going to see. Now, this line is off. Like, it should be all the way back here, so I just never fixed it. But basically, at some point, probably around here, maybe 4 or 5 years, maybe once we passed the duration. Once we pass the average duration, I definitely expect this to happen. And that should definitely be what's around 2,000 days from the first trading of Hex, or the first day of Hex. So around there, around year 5 and after, you should be able to see this happen. And this is the price of Hex surpassing the T-share rate in terms of what it looks like on a graph, because right now it's still always going to be below it, right? Because the price is the price, and you can't change that. So when we're looking at it in a numerical sense, that we would be scaling it on the right side of the graph, right? So when you scale these things, right, because I would have to normalize this value in order for it to make sense in terms of scale. And what scaling means is, are the sizes comparable, right? Because you're looking at 2 lines on a chart. So do these lines make sense in relation to one another? Because if they don't, then that's what we would call a chart crime. And chart crimes are no good, because then you're just giving misinformation. And that's why I'm telling you guys, take this line with a grain of salt, or take this chart with a grain of salt, because what's being shown here is not accurate, because this should actually be happening way sooner. Literally around here is when this should be happening. So I don't know, because here's the thing, right? Hex is fluid. The system is fluid. So is it possible that the T-share rate is driven up faster than the 5-year mark, than the duration for the 5-year mark, or do we get longer duration, making this never really possible, right? Like, that's an interesting question, because it's kind of got to be one or the other, right? Like, if people keep buying and staking, and they start to understand the benefit of the system, and they start to realize how finance actually works, like, like a professional, they're gonna really be like, okay, I need to stake long if I really want that 40% APY with no effort, because those are numbers that can't be generated with effort. It's crazy, right? Like, that's very important to understand. And that's why, I won't ever be like, yeah, this is good, that, I'm never going to show this chart on a consistent basis because it's not worth showing. It's off already by 30 hex. So, it's not that reliable. And if you want to, lean your head on something, what you want to lean your head on is this, right? Because this is reality. This is how we're going to, wait, this isn't even up to date. Holy crap, guys, give me a second. Because I forgot I was going to do that other thing. So we'll leave it there. We'll talk about this chart in the meanwhile. And hold on, let me answer this question because somebody asked me if I can show something. Am I able to show the actual rate on this chart against a prediction? Oh yeah, I could do that. But it's just 30 hex off. Right now we're at 17,208 hex per T-share, and the math that I did got me to 17,177 hex per T-share as of today. So actually I'm off by about 38 hex, because we have to remember that this is the rate for today, the 4th. Oh, well, I guess, yeah, that's right. The rate for the day, the 4th. So I'm off by 31 hex. So it's not too bad, but it's not something you really want to rely on when it's not accurate, right? Because that's 30 hex is not a lot now, but it's going to be a lot later on. So it's really not something you want to really lean on in terms of, oh yeah, this is what's going to happen. This is really just pure speculation, right? Like, this is just a half-ass model. No models are really ever good. It's important to remember that. They're just guides. They're really just guides. However, the Bitcoin stock to flow model works because that's based on literally how Bitcoin was designed to work. So it kind of has to do that. Very important to understand that. Let me get this spreadsheet open. Let me get, oh, hold on. Oh yeah, I did do that. It's not going to be a lot of charts, so it shouldn't take that long, because we are now entering a new phase. And I've been talking about this since I came on the scene, and I know I sounded crazy to everybody. And I now know that people do not view me as a crazy man, which is great. So welcome aboard the moon train, even though it's not a moon train. It's just what's going to be. Yeah, when I recorded the price earlier, it was 1. Oh, somebody sold down. Woo! I'm telling you guys, we're going to keep getting moves like this.
Good discount.
Yeah, we're going to keep getting moves like this, man. We're going to keep getting moves like this. And this is just, these are going to be the opportunities that we're going to have, unfortunately. And they're going to, look at that. It just got bought up by 0.0005 cents, man. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but on a percentage basis, right, we have to understand these things are relative, right? So this is a major move, because this is a 15-minute chart, and this just happened right now. That's 2%, one click. People would kill for that in legacy finance. I know it sounds like nothing because we're crypto people, but trust me, that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot. People in legacy finance kill for 10 bips a day, and we get that guaranteed just by the daily payout. Just by being staked in Hex, you get 10 bips a day. Like, you got to understand that. Yeah. We are supremely spoiled. And that's my message. Like, yo, this is the shit. And when people realize it, $10 is a conservative estimate. Seriously. Because you have to understand, the people that are going to find this are not going to be dummies. Right? Like, they're going to be people searching for this. Like, this is phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I sound like a broken record, but it's because I'm trying to just impart on the importance of what people are going to see when they find this, right? Like, it's easy for us to dismiss what we already know, but it's important to understand what other people do not know, right? And that's what my message is here. When people come to realize that this has been hidden from them and all of that crazy shit, like, one, people are going to be pissed. Two, there's going to be some major divides in the crypto community, because why? There was no reason for that, right? Like, people are gonna never buy something that they don't want to buy. You don't have to hide anything. Simple as that. You don't have to denigrate anybody's character. You don't have to lie about anybody. You don't have to do any of these things. And this is exactly what's been happening to Richard Hart in the Hex community over the past year, just because, or over the past 15 months, just because, or however long it's been, because I'm pretty sure it didn't happen just after Hex came out. I'm pretty sure it's been a thing this whole time. But at the end of the day, it's just because. And that is, one, immoral, two, unethical. It is unethical, right? Those are just the facts. And, you know, he now is going to freaking step on everybody's neck. So it's going to be fun to watch, for sure. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Because you can't pretend, right, to be about helping people, be about economic freedom, be about all this, and then actually block them from achieving it and scamming them into actually losing all their money, into trading on these margin exchanges, into doing all this crazy shit that keeps them poor. Because that's exactly what these people are doing. They're not helping anybody, right? Like, they literally have all the help in the world to make sure you wreck yourself, because the only things that get promoted crypto related are the shit you shouldn't be doing. So it's freaking hilarious, right? Like, when you sit there and you think about what these people are doing, it's hilarious. Like, they really think they're benevolent in some way, when in fact they're really evil scum. And those are just the facts. Not even an opinion. Like, their actions are letting us know that. It has nothing to do with what I think. It's just what is, you know, and that's what people have to understand. Oh boy, you guys are gonna like this damn chart when it changes. Woo, feeling like Ric Flair right now. Give me a second. Man. Oh yeah. 10% pump post big payday. Yo. And this is the current price that we're seeing right now. 1.803. I'm just gonna leave it right there. I'm not gonna change it again. That's close enough. Even though we took a little dip. That's fine. We know where we're going. Let's see. 352. Yeah, I mean, man, guys, the thing you have to realize that I know it's hard to like wrap your head around is these big ass numbers. And the reason they're hard to wrap your head around them is because they don't make sense. But you have to understand, when you're an early adopter and something like this, it's not supposed to make sense. It's not. And this is why I sound crazy to you guys. When I realized this, I thought I was crazy. But no, this is just what it's going to be. Because that's how it was made to be. Like, that dude literally tells you, I'm minting whales. He's not joking. Not joking. Richard Hart is not a funny guy. He's funny, but he's not a funny guy. That's my drift. Right? Like, that guy is he's about to multiply your net worth by 2 at a minimum. And who knows what else? Yeah, and who knows what else? Right? And you gotta respect that, because he's going out of his way. He's working supremely hard to do that. He doesn't have to do that. Doesn't have to do anything. And here he is seeing, oh, Ethereum isn't gonna do shit? Okay, fuck him. Don't need him. That's simple. It's that simple to him. Right? Like, because he's a man of action. As my boy Kareem likes to say all the time. Don't sit there and think. Do. Very real. Very, very real, because, you know, these are the net result, right? We're living right now, we've been dealing with for the past month. It's the net result of people just resting on their laurels, waiting on others to solve the problem for them. This is not what crypto is about, guys. Like, I'm always going to remind you, whether it's in the chat or on a live stream, crypto is not about tapping the feds because you got scammed. Nah, learn how shit works. Educate your motherfucking self, because that's why crypto was made. Because people are too busy waiting on others to fix their life. It's just not going to happen. That's why the world is where it is now. You guys just got to deal with that. You know, like, you want to really be in control of your life, then you do that. Nobody else is going to do it for you. So, people just got to wake up to that reality, man. It's crazy. Especially people coming into crypto. Like, no. You don't sit here and ask feds to get involved. Get your fucking mind right. Like, it's ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. All right, let's get into these here charts per the latest price update. Let's see what we actually got here. All right, still the same thing. So that's fine. 8,418% is the latest hex return versus the t-shirt didn't change, so that's going to be the same. But post big payday, we're at 352%. As we can see, we're only under the first halving by 56% now. 56%. Shout out to my boy Brennan. Hex is above the second halving by 207% now, and above the third by 182%. And we're only 138 days into the post big payday, and the day is not over, guys. It's not over. It's only 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. Still plenty of day left before this day is actually over, so we don't know where these charts are going to actually finish. It's going to be an interesting one. Third halving and the second halvings are way down here. 115% for the second halving and 125%, both rounding up, respectively, for the third. Hex is just about to do what it's supposed to do. I don't think we're going to stop going up until we probably hit around 500%, because that's just, log based too. It's just how it works. The value is just the determinant. So once we reach into this range, I'll expect to pause then. But until then, I'm expecting that we're just going to continue to go higher. I was hoping that we were going to get a pullback to this area before we actually went up there, but it doesn't seem like it wants to do that just yet. So,
Wells,
what's up?
Comment real quick. Do you think that the legacy Wall Street investors understand that crypto is 24/7, or are they still stuck in the mindset of trading Monday through Friday?
I think if people come into crypto and they realize that, I think they end up realizing that. I don't think they realize that at first, because it's not normal. Because the only thing in Wall Street that's close to it is futures and FX, but they're 24/5, meaning 24 days. Well, it's really not even 24/5. FX is 24/5, meaning 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, closed Saturday and Sunday. The futures markets, however, are either 23 hours or 23 and a half hours a day and 5 days a week, and closed Saturday and Sunday. So there are markets that are similar to crypto, just not exactly the same. But this is more suited to people that might or might not trade, or people that mostly trade, because that's what gets promoted, right? But the what's been realized by a lot of people lately is that you don't need a trade, right? Because when you look at entities buying Bitcoin like MicroStrategy or whoever have you, right, and the grayscales and all of them, like, they're just buying and they're holding. They're not doing anything with it, and that's the name of the game, according to them. Right, because the number only goes up. So when you take all of that into account, and these legacy guys end up realizing that this shit is already a dud, right? Because they might be hyped by 20x or 10x or whatever, right? But the reality is that they're gonna end up hearing about other coins making significantly greater X's, and they can allot to those too if they can allot to Bitcoin, right? Like, it's not like it's a closed market. So they're going to ultimately try to figure it out, and somebody's going to guide them. So, it's just a matter of when. It's not a matter of if. Like, there's no returns on Wall Street.
Yeah, that brings me back to the Economist magazine ad, that they're going to be reading that and thinking that they have to act on Monday.
That might be possible. That might be true. That's a good point, Crypto King. I didn't even think of that. Because you got to understand, these are not the brightest people, so it's very, very plausible. Very, very plausible. Well, I'm just not to be insulting. It's just, if the information isn't given there, they're not going to have it, and that's just the end of that. Like, people just think like that, you know what I mean? Like, I deal with these people every day, bro. Trust me.
Yeah.
They are not the sharpest knives in the drawer. Most of them are used to having things handed to them. That's just the reality of the situation. So it's important to understand that, understanding the enemy is very key. This is how we take over.
Yep.
But yeah, so now we have the T-shares to Ethereum and to Bitcoin. To Ethereum, it's the pink line. To Bitcoin, it's the orange line. And to Ethereum, we're at 14.65%, and we're just holding value right here. It would be interesting if we just end up shooting higher. But Ethereum is also running, so we'll be interesting to see how this moves forward. Now, these are present relations. I'm not tracking the first 400 days here. These charts are tracking present time value. So however long Hex has been around versus whatever price T-shirt, Ethereum and Bitcoin have had. So just so that's clear. And it's holding up nicely against Bitcoin. I mean, it's a 0.5%. As you guys know, Bitcoin is almost $60,000. So for a T-shirt to be worth 1% of a Bitcoin, not something to scoff at, and it's really not that far away. Hex payout index return metrics. So let's go over them one by one. Payout per T-share index is just what the system has paid out per T-share to each person that has staked at least one T-share since inception. So if you got one T-share on day one, you probably got something to the order of 1 Hex on day one. But now that return has multiplied by a factor of 5, and that's what this is showing you. 525% or 526 rounding up. Payout per T-share sum index is 159,763%. Wrap your head around that one. This is just a crazy ass number, man. Every time I read it, I can't believe I just took like 3 seconds to say a whole number. That's insane. And we're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from 160,000. So what is this line saying? If you've been staked in Hex since day one, what you have is one T-share has paid you a total sum of 159,763% in Hex, right? So that sum has increased over time from 0 to 100 and almost 60,000. Just by being staked, you're not doing anything. You're just getting paid every day. That's a compounding effect in real time, right? And this is what this chart is showing. So what I was trying to show with that other chart is that over time, and this is a better view, right? Because this is day to day, right? And if you guys remember that chart I was showing earlier, let me see if I can pull that up again. I don't know if I still have it up. I think I might have closed it. Looks like I did. Shoot. We'll bring it up later. We'll talk about it later. But basically, the price of Hex is probably, relatively speaking, I'm a dummy. I already have that chart. See what I mean? Oh, sorry. But you guys see what I mean, right? Like the price is going to wrap around that T-share rate over time. And the higher that T-share rate goes, the higher is going to tag that line. So I'm going to bring that chart up again later so we can talk about it after we're done going through these charts, just to get through these charts. Because I really want people to understand this. We're kind of pretty much done with this. So yeah, this is phenomenal, right? If you're a staker, man, you're just getting love every day, all day in a compounded way. Because this is the thing to understand, right? Compounding happens a certain way on the legacy side, and it's really the reverse way. This is a value proposition here, and you're buying into that value proposition. So that value proposition is paying you every day, right? And the value proposition is designed to increase your payout over time because that's how compounding works. And this is what it's trying to mimic, right? So it's important to understand that it's not the direct effect, right? But it's mimicking that same effect by using time, taking into account how you stake, for how long you stake, and when you stake. So it's understanding all of those little nuances of the system that really help you become a better interactor with the system or an actor within the system. Because again, nobody can really determine what your return is except you. And that's the critical thing to understand. Now down here we have the daily payout index. It's at 11,552% rounding up. And what this is basically saying is that the payout that the system has increased its payout 11,000 plus percent over time since inception. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't know of any yield farm or liquidity pool that's done that. So, yeah, good luck to those that think they're balling with that. We're just gonna keep moving. So total T shares have been reduced. I'm guessing short stakes have been ending. And as you guys know, we're beginning a lot of big short stakes lately, which is what's driving that T share rate up so much. And we were at 17,208 hex per T share yesterday. Today, as of this morning, that ratcheted up by 15 hex. It's at 17,000. What is it? Let me see, because it was 15, and I think it's just trying to remember the number 28.
Oh, 28.
Let me see. Give me a second, guys. I'm just waiting for this data to populate. Why is it not populating?
I got 17,222.
There you go. 17,222. A 15 jump. A 15 hex jump. That's right. So it jumped 15 hex. That's it. Yep, 17,222 overnight. Right? It jumped 15 hex overnight, the T-share rate. So that's a function of these shares leaving the pool, because the day before it was 11.065 million. So it dropped 40 million shares. You see? So tracking all of these changes is going to help us understand the system, how it's going to fluctuate over time, and what the expectations can be with respect to price. Now, why is that important? It's important because when you're staking and you don't want to be caught in the thick of it, so to speak, right, when everybody is exiting, you want to stake around that, so to speak, right, either before or after. And if you want to reap the gains of all of those shares ending, you want to be staked after the fact, right? So it's very important to understand that. That's why we talk about this. Is really to just relay that critical information that's really important for all Hexicans to understand. The daily payout is at 63,915,000. So again, past few days has been up above 64 million. It's been 64, 65, or even close to 65. But long story short, now it's dropped again, and that's a function of what we've seen in the reduced participants in the share pool. But as you guys see, our T-share payout doesn't really change, right? It's basically a flat line, and the payout doesn't really change. But the thing you have to remember is that when you're zooming in, right, you're microscoping into each individual actor within the system, while the payout is changing to the tunes of millions of hex, our payout is really a function of our time and our interaction with the system, right? So it's important to understand that, because it could drop however much it wants to drop here, but the system is still going to act in its how it's designed to act, right? So it's going to stay within a band, and it's going to keep us within a band as well. Right, on to the next one. So as of the recording of this T-share rate is 17,042, which is interesting, right? Because what it's telling you really, and it doesn't seem that way, is that the system has actually, it's forcing you to buy more hex. What do I mean? So even though the T-share rate is 17,222 presently, we have to remember that when I recorded the T-share price, it was 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And when I recorded the hex price, it was also the same time when I originally recorded this chart. So it's not accurate, number one. So why does that matter? It matters because the T-share rate leads the hex price, right? So we can be well assured that this is a buying opportunity, because if hex catches up to where that T-share rate is telling it to go, this value is going to come back above this line, right? Because we have to remember, I'm recording this in real time. So this is a snapshot in time of where the hex valuation is with respect to the T-share valuation, because the T-share rate is the T-share dollar value divided by the hex dollar value. So let's make sure we remember that. It's very important. It's probably the most important ratio that you should really know, because it helps you understand the T-share rate and how it moves, and that is, again, the value proposition for hex. So it's very critical that we understand that, because the T-shares are going to lead the value for Hex. This is why the value will go down over time in real time, because the T-shares can sometimes go up before the actual value of Hex in dollar terms. And when that happens, that means there's a buying opportunity, because guess what? If you don't get it now, it's going to cost you more later. The current APY is at 38.11%. Phenomenal. And this is based on the average duration. The APY stands for annual percentage yields for any new viewers. The average duration is currently at, give me 1 second, just so we can get the most updated metric. Let's see what's going on here. Oh my God, this is beautiful. The last time I checked, guys, it was 5.51. Right now, it's 5.52 years and climbing. This is just amazing. I mean, yeah, this is, and the price is currently above where I recorded it earlier. So this is great. It's 1.832 cents. It's going to be a great Sunday, guys. I might even go for a run. Didn't even anticipate I would. But there you go. Now, this is going to be the hot topic after I'm done. But as we just discussed, it's probably around 84.50 at this point. 84,000, 18%. Payout per T-share sum line, which is this orange line, is 1,762 Hex per T-share. So if you've been staked this whole time, every single T-share has paid you that much Hex. Now that's a lot of Hex for one T-share, and that's its inception. How high are we going to go? That depends on how long you want to be in the system, right? That's literally how it works. So it's on you. Very important to understand. But we're going to get to this later, because this is what I want. I want to relay the importance of understanding what a lot of us mean when we say that the T-share rate is parabolic. And what we're going to see now is how it stops being parabolic and how it now becomes a straight line. But what's going to happen over time is that straight line is going to cause that convex reaction in the price of Hex. Right, and what that means is that over time, the valuation of Hex is going to have to surpass a T-share rate just in order to keep up with the valuation of that T-share, right? Because that's never going to stop going up, ever, right? But then the question becomes, well, how many Hex do you have to get that damn T-share, right? And it's going to reach a point where it's going to get so expensive that that's when we reach escape velocity. And that's when we see prices that we, being so early into this, we can't imagine. Like, I know I talk crazy, but I can't imagine what I own being worth as much as it's going to be worth, because it's unfathomable to me. I've never, ever had that kind of control, right? And that's control over your life. And that's why this is so important. That's why I go so in depth. That's why I go so in detail. This is important for you guys to understand, because it's your future. This is not a game. This is very real, very, very real, and you're seeing it here on this chart, right? Like,
I appreciate that. Well,
I appreciate that everybody appreciates it, but it's very, very serious. Like, look at this line. Like, I really didn't think it was gonna even stay up here this long. I could drop, right? It could drop at any time, but is it gonna drop right now? I don't know. It doesn't look like it to me. So interesting times ahead. Let's see what the next bad boy brings us again. Oh, I didn't update this, but it's okay, because we know what it looks like, right? It really looks like that. And the dollar value is accurate. It was $183 at the time. Now it's it's like a quarter instead of a cent. So it's up a little bit. T-shirt rate, I don't know where it is, man, but I'm guessing that thing is probably $310 by now, if not $320 something. Because that thing, it just flies. It shows no mercy. It really doesn't. So here's the thing, right? This chart is what I was trying to recreate in that other chart in a forecasted sense. So just so everybody has that clear, but well, you guys will see it later on. So this is everybody's favorite. This is the fuel to the system, right? And what I usually show are three charts. The one being the 29th or the 23rd, the next being the 29th, and the final one being the most recent, and that being today, right before we went live. So it was like probably like 9:15 when I took this. So we're gonna go through it slide by slide, just so you guys can see the change in the staking, because it's gonna really be what drives the how high Hex goes forward, man. Like it's gonna be crazy. So 2 weeks ago, the 23rd of March, we had all this activity happening. Along with all this activity here, now this is the year 2021. And down here we have the years 24 through 25. Looks like the back half of 24 through 25. They're being positively affected, so that means more staking happening there. Down here along the curve, we have the years mid 2028 through looks like third quarter of 2029. Same scenario, a lot of staking going on there. And as you guys know, we have this big wall here, and we all know where these came from. So once Hex surpasses that point, I mean, we don't know what this T-shirt rate is going to do. It could literally look like this again to some degree, right? And that's a reality, because we know that T-shirt rate is a function of the end staking, right? Like we all know that that's how that's calculated. And the majority of these are what? Genesis T-shares. So that ROI is going to be ridiculous. And that ROI is return on interest for any new viewers. And that return on interest is going to cause that T-share rate to ratchet up in such a way every single time a stake is ended. And we see that there is an infinite, almost a seemingly infinite amount of stakes ending around this point in time relative to any other point in the system. So it'll be interesting to see if this doesn't stay that way before this point in time. But we know that this is true for now. So it will be interesting to see exactly what happens, because, whoa, that's all I can say. Whoa. So I want to highlight something. We're going to go block by block of time, and then we're going to stay on this cursor. I want you guys to note how that cursor is penetrated by that bar going sideways, okay? Now, this is the 23rd of March, 29th of March, 4th of March. Now, we were just talking about what happens in the T-share rate moments ago. It kind of explains why we've jumped up in the T-share rate, doesn't it? We literally went 2 days ago, 3 days ago, the T-share rate was 17,197 hex per T-share. Now it's at 17,222. That's a jump of what? 25 hex in 3 days time. Doesn't sound like a lot, but you have to remember, Hex only costs a cent right now. Or actually 2. See, we forget because we've been around so long. Yeah. Yeah, I even forgot, right? And like we've been having a lot of short stakes coming in, right? And look, they're gone, they're leaving. So this is rocket fuel, right? Once that ripcord gets pulled, they're out the system. That's it. So they have to pay more to get back in, right? It's important to understand that. So let's go down here. Let's see the changes. So here are some changes here from the 23rd to the 29th and back to the 4th again. So this, right, while we'll still have some stakes coming in the early part of the year of the curve, right? We'll call this a time curve. That's really what it is. It's just you don't see it like that because of how I have it displayed here. But I could display it like that too, right? I could display it like just like you see it on Hex.vision. But I figured let me give it to you guys a little different because that would be boring. Yeah, so here, right, we have this change. Right, now while it's not significant, it's important to just pay attention to these changes over time. Because the thing about it is you have to remember this is the fuel, right? And when there's big stakes changing up close, it affects us more in a present sense than they do when they're all the way out here, right? Because these out here are not going to end anytime soon, but these up here are. So that's why I like to harp on these charts, especially look at the beginning of the curve more than anything else, because that beginning is really the key, because that's what's going to drive the price up right now. Because we're talking about the end of the year. Now, look at what's happening here shortly, right? And we're entering April now. So there's still a nice chunk coming out. So right here before the end of May, this chart is going to be drastically different too, right? Just up here because of this one line. So, you know, there's a lot coming, man. There's a lot coming. Here we got the Hex versus Ethereum correlation chart. And as always, Hex is on the X-axis. And as you like to, as I always like to highlight, Hex returns are primarily on the right side of the X-axis, which is the positive side, which is where it details how positively skewed Hex is, which is important to understand because that lets you know as an investor that your returns are generally going to be positive. That's what being positively skewed means. It means that in a statistical sense, most of the data points are in the positive bucket versus the negative bucket. And when you look at Ethereum returns, which is the y-axis, you'll notice that they're not as tight-knit as Hex's as far as where they lie on the y-axis. They're pretty spread over, right? They're positive, sure, but they're not as positive as Hex. They're really more spread out. They're really spread out way more than Hex is, and it's important to see that because you really, as any investor that looks at this scatter plot, they're going to be like, holy crap, because Hex is on the X-axis, and look at where the majority of those data points are. They're over there. Whereas Ethereum's on the Y-axis, and it's all over the place. It's really not conclusive. Well, that's Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin and Hex, right? So, or Ethereum. So it's really not conclusive, right? On the Y-axis, which one is better than which? But when you compare them versus the X, it's a no-brainer. Because the X, you see the majority of the data points are over here. So it's easy. Now, right now, when I recorded this, price was at 1.835 right now. Oh, they sold again. Very nice. 1.81 cents. So that's the latest actual price update. So that's a couple cents below here. So you can deduce 2 from that third column if you like. Clearly doesn't change the graph much. And that's the whole point. The higher we go, the less their cells are going to matter, guys. I really want you guys to understand this. This is very critical information. I mean, I'm being so calm right now because this is akin to the future value of Hex, right? And the important thing is that over time, and actually, I'm just realizing this. I love this. This is why I love streaming. I just realized something that's crazy. Over time, it's going to come a point in time where, and I was talking about this the other day, and I didn't think it was possible, but now I'm thinking it is, where Hex outpaces payout per T-share. Because if it has to outpace the T-share rate, then it's naturally going to outpace the payout per T-share. Could you imagine being a person that holds trillions or millions of something or hundreds of thousands of something? Well, for most of us, we're going to have millions of Hex. And those millions of Hex being worth more than the payout per T-share, which is what makes sense because it's an economic system. It's not just a crypto. You guys have to wrap your head around that. I know it's hard to get. It took me a while, but that's what it is. It's an economic system. Over time, the value of Hex in dollar terms is going to become significantly more expensive than the payout per T-share that's received by those holding T-shares. Now, as an early adopter, you won't feel that pain. But for anybody coming in at that point in time, sorry for you. But that's a reality that's coming. Because look at this. We had, I don't know how much sell. And we've been getting many, many sales. And they're just irrelevant. And the further out in time we go, the more relevant they become. And that's the beauty of Hex, especially given how it's designed. So right now, when I recorded this, it was 1.83 cents. Payout per T-share based on the last rotation was 1.0 or 10 cents, basically 10.5 cents. giving us an adjusted hex value, i.e. a future valuation of hex of 12.5 cents if you want to round up. So hex is chugging right along. And XPE at a nice flat rate of 17%, basically 17 and a quarter. And let's not forget the all-time low for stocks was 551%. Yeah, chew on that one, right? Now let's go back to this chart because this is important. And I really want to. I know I don't want to talk about this chart like it's real, but I just want to relay this concept to you guys, so that you guys hear what I'm saying, or anybody else that can relay this information, because there's plenty of guys that get this. But I get that it's hard to grasp because I know it doesn't really make sense because we're so early. And that's very important to understand. You know, early adopters, man, they will always end up in another class because they took the risk. You know, when you look at all these guys in Silicon Valley, they were us, but now we're them, right? Like we're their competition. They are going to be beneath us in the future. And that's just a fact. It's just a numerical fact. Because here's the thing. They are literally dealing in strictly, give me a second. Let me see something here. I think I'm going to have to close this. Yeah. They're literally dealing in a dual system. Now, what do I mean? They make a product and they sell it, and their payback is literally in one thing: fiat. We don't have that problem. Our system is a tri-party system. It's a tri-leg system. We got the fiat, which is the on-ramp. We have the crypto, which is the actual valuation, the thing that matters. And we have hex. Or, I'm sorry, the T-share rate. Right? That value proposition. Right? So not only do we have that propelling us higher, we have the fact that fiat is trash propelling us higher by default. That's why no matter the crypto you own, if it has product market fit, guess what? You're going to get fucking paid, even if it is a scam or a sham, right? And we see it all the time. We see it all the time. So look at this chart. Look at that chart. Don't they look similar? This chart is really this here, right? And then when you go forward one more. Now, you know what? Let me update this. But I want you guys to stare at that for a second while I update this, because I want you guys to really sit there and conceptualize what I'm trying to explain. Because if we go back, now let me just do this. If we go back to the first slide, the reality is that we're all the way down here. All the way down here. That's the reality, right? But you're in the forest, so you can't see the forest
through all the trees.
Yeah, it's almost impossible. It is impossible, in fact. So it's very important to understand. This is why I sound crazy. But no, I'm being very serious. This shit is real. Very real. Because the thing is that Hex, man, like, it's just designed crazy. And it doesn't make sense because it's contra to what we know, right? Like, it's not normal for something to work like this, but this is how it works, right? And you have the measuring stick, right? It's like think about it like this. You can't tell somebody they're going fast if you don't have a way to determine they're going fast. But yet our financial system tells us, yeah, this is worth something, but there's nothing there to actually measure that worth against. How does that work? Exactly. It doesn't. Right? And that's the whole point. That's why Hex exists. That's why Hex was designed the way it was designed, because they were astute enough to figure out that, yo, that doesn't make sense. It should actually be this way. And shout out to Dev Kyle for that, because he's the guy that created the the T-share mechanism. And that's what actually makes sense, because that is actually reality. Like, that is reality. How crazy is that? Right? Like, that shit is wild. Hold on. I think this T-share rate chart is actually correct. Oh my God, it is correct. Ooh. Hold on. Let me just confirm this real quick. This is crazy. So yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy. I just gotta make sure I'm in the right tab, because I got this data separated by tabs. There's a lot of information. Let me make sure. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So this shit is about to wrap it up something crazy. So that number is actually correct. Sorry. I just relayed some bad news and you might not realize it yet, but this T-shirt rate is gonna freaking do some things.
Skyrocket.
Yeah. So this is letting you know, I think what I'm starting to pick up from this is that this is kind of giving us the heads up as to when the T-shirt rate is going to jump. And the reason I say that is because, again, this is this division, right? Let me go to graphx.rocks and let me see something as far as what the current dollar value is for the T-share. $312. So it's not even that far off. It's only $10 more expensive, right? And if we throw that in a calculator, let me just do this math real quick. $312 with 71 cents divided by, now let's see what the present dollar value is of Hex. Just for funsies, let's say 1.81, 0.00 or 0.0, excuse me, 1.81. That gives us a T-share rate of 17,276 Hex. So right now it's 222, right? 222. That's a 50 Hex jump, pretty much. 55 Hex if you want to be precise. But that's the whole point, right? This is why I can't realistically sit here and, forecast something like this and be confident about it. It's already off by 31 Hex, right? This is why I won't show it. But what I want people to understand is that there's going to come a time when Hex is more valuable than the payout per T-share, and that's what that is going to signify, right? That means that PE ratio is going to be greater than 1, for example. That's basically what that means. Because right now, you're so early in the system that the system can't pay out the equivalent in Hex value. It can't. It has a payout greater than, because Hex is currently undervalued. And that's the whole point of that chart that I make all the way at the end. That's the whole point of this chart. This is the future value, because that's where we're going at a minimum based on this valuation. Like, and I know it's a lot to wrap your head around, but that's how it works. It's all math. Like, you can't have something be this cheap forever, period. Right? So what does that mean? It means over time, and I'm, again, as I was stating earlier, I think it's going to happen once we get past that average duration point in time. So that means Hex can fly up to that point and stall out there, but ultimately we're going to get past that point, because that's how it has to happen, because that's how systems work. Financial systems function in that way. And that point in time is going to be day 1841, right? Like, that's literally, actually, no, 5.5 years, 5.52 years from now. Let me give the math on that, because I actually don't know. 5.52 multiplied by 365. So day 2015, because it's 14.8. So around here somewhere, literally around that line, when the T-share rate, I guess, surpasses 30,000 Hex per T-share, maybe Hex will be $1 then. I don't know. But it's gonna, start flying at that point, because the T-share rate is gonna continue to determine that valuation, not us. So I don't know, man. It's getting crazy. I hope all of that makes some kind of sense. But this is kind of what we're trying to say when we say the hex price is going to surpass the T-share rate. That means that the hex payout, the payout per T-share, is going to be less in value, in dollar value, than the cost of hex in dollar value. So, and at a future point, right, like the greater the hex the hex payout per T-share is, right, the higher hex has to go in value. So, yeah, that's the end of that one. I hope that makes sense, man.
Where is that crossover one more time? Was it 4,000? Day 4,000 or something like that?
No. On the chart, it's not right because I never fixed it. It's not right. It should be day 2014. Okay. It should be around here, right around where the T-share rate on this chart would cross around 30,000 hex per T-share. But again, this isn't done properly. You know, take this with a grain of salt. It's just all theoretical. But me talking about the hex T-share, the hex value surpassing the payout per T-share, that's going to happen as soon as we get past the point in time where hex or where the system is alive longer than the duration of the system. And at this point in time, that's 5.52 years, which is about 2015 days. Does that make a little more sense?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just thinking it's going to be so volatile during that time. You know, you're going to get weekends, the land stake, and then the 10-year stakes might look very, very different because people have gone past the halfway mark and they go, no, fuck it, I want the money now.
And in reality, they're just only going to be getting their principal back, maybe some interest, and we're going to be if you understand that and you're not touching it, yo, you're going to benefit so much. It's going to be funny. Like, yo, the game theory is sick. No matter what, all you got to do is chill. You don't got to do anything. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, people cannot wrap their heads around not doing anything.
Yes.
At all. They just can't.
No, it took me a while to figure that out. Yes. Even I couldn't do it, right? I spent 10 years trading, bro. It took me a while to figure out, yo, I can't. It took me at least 6 years to figure out, yo, I can't trade this much. Like, it can't, you know? Like, it takes a while to figure out. I mean, really not 6 years, but, you know, it takes people a while. Like, it takes a while to figure out, yo, you can't overtrade. Overtrading means overpaying. You're never going to make money. Never.
And so that's exactly why your retirement fund managers, because whenever your paycheck goes in, they just buy market. That's it.
Yep. They market buy. They don't even bother. They don't even bother. They just market buy. So yeah, this is what I wanted to kind of show you guys with the hex and the T-share rate, because that's really going to be when the payout is less than hex in value in terms of dollars, in dollar value. That's when that's going to happen. So I want you guys to understand that. I mean, we have so much to look forward to, and we have so much to look forward to times two. I mean, it's great because we've been rock solid this whole time. All the sellers are going to literally regret selling. Like, people like to say they don't like to have regrets. Well, these motherfuckers are going to have them. Promise you that.
Yeah, there you go.
The math don't lie, baby. So, yep. Just how it's going to go down, man.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, guys.
Long story short, it's going to be
by hex.
That's it.
Cool.
Please come back, Ministry of Hex. We love your video.
Yeah. It's a shame he disappeared.
I know.
I heard he sold his bag, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever. But yeah, I think you guys told me that shit. But yeah, man, this fucking Hex is gonna fucking like people don't understand, man. This is an economic system. This is not just some crypto. Like all these people that have been selling their Hex, like wow. Wow. Hey, bro. It's the same thing as that dude paying for fucking Bitcoin, paying for pizza with Bitcoin, and it was $10,000. It's literally the same thing. People don't get that shit. They don't get it. It's just that Hex has an actual timeline from day one. Bitcoin did not. So it's gonna look so different, man. People just aren't ready, yo. They're not ready, and they're just gonna, suffer the consequences of that lack of foresight. It is what it is, man. All we can do is laugh, really. Can't even do anything else. It's wild, bro. It's wild.
I think are we coming to the end of the show? Because we're gonna do it again same time.
We're gonna go to tomorrow.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Sounds good to me. We're gonna get these Asians in this X whether they want it or not.
Oh man. It's gonna be lit.
Yo, once Asia catches on, oh my god. Yo, I remember Bitcoin when China found Asia, when China found Bitcoin back in the day, in Korea, in Japan. What? Yo, that's when Bitcoin. Yo. Oh my god, you guys don't understand. I remember that price action. That shit was crazy. Because Bitcoin literally went from like $1 to like $8 or like $30. Boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
Like it was crazy, man. It was crazy. And then that's why they had to ban it. That's why they came out banning it and all that stuff. They had to try to do that. Of course, everybody didn't really follow that. Maybe in China, but everywhere else, there's ways around all that shit. But yeah, man. Once Asia finds Hex, oh my god, boom. That's a bad man right there, boy. It's a bad man right there.
I changed into my pajamas while Rams was doing his chart, so.
Hex bed sheets, bolster covers,
Gorilla glue, brother. Gorilla glue.
Yeah. Everybody enjoy your happy Easter.
Sunday. Yeah, happy Easter to all of you celebrating.
We'll do it again. Same time. See y'all.
Same time tomorrow. Yep.
Same time tomorrow. Catch us later.
Thanks.
Peace out. Have a good night, good morning, wherever you are.
Take care.
Take care. See ya.
Peace, guys.